boom. How's it going? It is I, your boy again, and welcome to M5 Property Addicts, where we talk about anything and everything around real estate. Today I'm going to talk about something that's very dear to me, about building families, building strong financial families that are financially independent. And I wish I knew this actually before I got married. And I've been learning and I've been building this with my dear wife, Jenna. And I think I'm just going to mention that these are the things that if you're a young couple, this is message. I don't think that it's just driven to young couple, but if you're a couple that's out there and maybe you've already done some of these things, I want to give you a redemption where you can actually start doing some of these things maybe correctly, and you can do some of these things differently. But if you're young, then you're kind of like in the right space, because had I done this before I got married or before I actually bought a house, whoa, I would have been far. So today's video is very much around building strong families that are financially stable. And these are some of the things that I would say that you need to consider to have already before you get married, or even before you buy a house. Actually, before you drop your pants. Yeah, I'm going to say that. Today I'm that uncle. Yeah. Okay, let's jump onto it. I'll give you 5 things. And remember, I can talk about these things because I've been married now for 10 solid years. We've been going strong with my wife for 10 years. And out of that, I think that I've learned quite a bit. And also, my wife coaches quite a lot of people. I mentor quite a lot of people. And I see people of all ages, color, race, gender, struggling with some of these things and just don't know how to figure it out. And I thought, let me put this in a short video and hopefully you can get some value out of it. Yeah, let's shoot. Number 1. Right. Now, before you get married, like maybe you're married already, but I'm just going to talk of this, hopefully that you're not. But before you get married, you need to explore what kind of marriages are out there. Because there are some marriages, or should I say there are some marriage contracts that allow you, or maybe that hinder you from growth. Yeah? So explore the types of marriages that are out there. Start speaking with your bae already in terms of, do you understand this type of a contract? Is this type of a contract that we would want to go into? What's your understanding of this contract? My understanding is this. When we are getting married, should we go ahead with this contract or not? Right? Kind of like come to an agreement in the terms of the contract that you are going to be jumping into for you to get married. And you could be asking yourself the question, TJ, when you're getting married for love, really do you have to ask that question? Oh yes, it matters. Why does it matter? Because at some point it's going to affect your aspirations. I did say that. And at some point it's going to affect your growth. Yep. It will. And at some point it can affect the relationship, how you're seeing each other as husband and wife. And at some point it will affect the entire family. You as a family, as a unity in your household. Remember here, the thing is to grow strong families, to make sure that between you and your bae, and when you start having kids, hopefully you're going to be financially stable. You're coming from a point of no financial stability at all, and you're starting this thing. So a marriage contract, once you explore, what's yours is mine. What's mine is mine. How about what's yours is yours, but when we start building, it's ours. It can't be everything what's yours is yours, or what's yours is mine. There's different contracts out there that we need to be exploring. Now, someone wrote a saying that went along the lines of, a house is a home when it shelters the body and comforts the soul. I thought that was deep. Now, we all want to live in a house like that one, but how do we create it? So in this video here, I am talking about before. These are the things that you need to do before you actually get married or before you actually buy that house? That first house of yours, you're thinking, ooh, love bites, let's go and get a house. So the first thing that I spoke about is the understanding your contract. What kind of a contract are you wanting to jump into? Point number 2. Right. Now, between the two of you, not all of you are the same. One is strong, one is weak. It's just the nature of the game, right? Just like a man, he goes out there and he can pull strong things. A woman cannot pull such kind of strong things. It's just the way we are designed. Just like we are designed physically in terms of stature, we are also designed the same way here. Now, between the two of you, who is strong mentally in terms of managing the finances? And there's nothing wrong, ladies and gentlemen, or gents, there is nothing wrong if the woman is that person who is strong. Then give her the power to manage the household. Give her the power to go and learn. Give her the power so that she can improve the stature of your family. Some of us as men, because now the woman is the one that is strong in understanding finances, will hold them back. No, you cannot. No, you cannot. You have to consult with me before you go and do ABC. You're just dragging your family down. She understands better financial stuff than you do. So let her. Take care of the kids. Take care of the family. Take care of other things so that you can elevate her so that she can go and do cool things for your family. Well, I do know for some of you this might be a bitter pill to swallow, but the reality is that not all of us are strong. Now, once we are talking about being strong, we can all learn to be strong. I remember that there was a couple that I used to know, and the wife was quite sharp. She could get new concept very quickly, and she could run with stuff, and the husband was a little bit slower. But I recalled very well that the husband would give the reins to the wife, and together their family thrived. What I'm basically saying here sometimes is that because we are not all built the same, it's okay to understand that my bae is the one who's got the power here to understand, to excel, and it helps your family. This is about helping your family. It's not about who's got the power in the house, about managing money or not. Let's keep in each other's lane, but whilst we're helping each other. Or the other way around, where we can all start learning and we understand, and together we can be a strong family. Now, if you have to do that when you are young, very young, in your 20s or something like that, you got a boyfriend or girlfriend, you start learning these things about each other already. By the time you get to 30, you are superstars. I only started understanding these things, Jenna and I, around about in our 30s. Yes, we consider ourselves to be superstars today, but had we started this thing much earlier, imagine where we could have been. We could have been far. And that's why I am saying, do this before you get married. Do this before you even buy your first house. This stuff here is going to help you. But now that we have covered around finances and who's going to be doing it, the next thing that we now need to speak about, which is point 4, is around buying a house. Now, buying that house, a lot of us, we get married. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm speaking about stuff here. I'm speaking about life. These are the things that happen to us. It's life. I remember shortly before we got married, Jenna and I, we decided we were already going to buy a house. She had a house on her own. It was too small for us. I had a house of my own. It was too small for us. And now we are becoming a family and we need a bigger space. And the only thing that we could think about is we need a bigger space because we are getting married. And I know for a fact that out there, for you, you're already thinking the same thing with your babe. You're thinking, let's get a new place, right? Is that the right thing? Okay, if it is because you need somewhere to stay, isn't it? If we had to go and stay somewhere, Whatever you're buying the property for, is it for today? Or is it for 5 years? Is it for 10 years? Is it for 20 years? What if life changes for better or worse? What if you're buying a 2-bed apartment and within that 2-bed, you have no kids today, but you're planning to have kids? So is that the right place? No, it's not. So before you go out there to buy that first house, kind of like look at your circumstance already today and say, hold on, what are our plans for 5 years? Because once you acquire a property today, it's going to be with you for a long time, especially if you're buying it with debt. So is that the right place for you, for your plans, for your family? That's what I'm talking about here. Long-term vision. Think about it. And if it's not, then it's not the right property for you to buy. Oh no, TJ, don't worry. No, don't call me TJ today. Call me Uncle TJ. No, don't worry, Uncle TJ. When we move out, we can rent it. Is it suitable for rentals? I've seen so many people who are stuck with properties because they stayed there before they got married, and all of a sudden they've got 3 houses. The house that they stay in, the house that the wife was staying in when she was girlfriend, and the boyfriend, that's where she was staying. And all of a sudden, they don't know, all of these properties are not profitable, but they are now taking away from their family because now they need to pay 1,000 there, another 1,000 there, and in their property, they need to pay 20,000. I'm just saying, do these things before you get married. These are the things that I'm talking about to say, if you do these things before you get married or before you even buy a house, you'll be a superstar. It's all about your family. I'm doing it for my family, so it's about your family. I'm going to jump into point number 4. Point number 4 is about liabilities. Ooh, yeah, liabilities. All I'm going to say here is have less liabilities. What do I mean by liabilities? Anything that takes money out of your pocket is a liability. Remember, when you are young, you're actually earning a little bit less. So the less liabilities you're going to have, the better. And as you grow, you need to kind of like, I'm going to give you an example. If you're in your 20s and you're earning 10 grand, live the next 10 years as if you're earning 10 grand. Even though if your salary bumps up to maybe 20, 30, even if it bumps up, just live on 10K. And the rest of the other money, invest, right? Which is going to be my last point. But this point about liabilities is very crucial because some of us, we are actually married to liabilities. I did say it. I am Uncle TJ. I'm going to talk about it today. This uncle here, he doesn't have anything under the carpet. I'm going to say it like it is. I'm just teaching you life. The way it's been to me, how rough it has been. And, hey, I'm not saying my wife is a liability. We learned very earlier on not to be liabilities on each other. What does that mean to be liability to each other? The other one is saving, the other one is spending. Bring money, spend money. Liabilities, right? You're not seeing things in the same vision. So now I've got a vision to build for the family, and you got a vision to go on holidays. Holidays will come. If you plan it properly, you can have them all. But how about time to work? It's not time for partying, it's time to work. When it is time to work, can we all forge so that we can all work into the vision of working, right? That's what it's all about. Now we are being assets to each other. When I'm learning this, you're learning that. And together, at some point, when we come together, we are a super powerhouse because we've been learning stuff together and we're understanding stuff together. We don't see things as risky anymore, but we are forging ahead, taking the risk knowing that we can mitigate it. Liabilities can go all the way to material things. Do we really need another car? Do we really need another DSTV? Another what? Another what? Do we really need all of that? At a point in my life, there was a time when we could easily earn round about just above 100K, I think it was. But here is what I learned from that moment. In today's life, we can live as little as 30 grand. What happened? We had liabilities at the time that we thought were necessities to us. So my wife was employed elsewhere, I was employed somewhere else, and together we collected 100K. And with that 100K, we had many liabilities. Have we died today? No, we just have less liabilities. And we're taking all of our monies into building assets, which is my last point. My last point, which is point number 5, is build and build and build and buy and buy and buy and buy more assets. Speaking to that car that I spoke about, sometimes a car could be an asset. What is an asset? Anything that helps you to make money. Anything that helps you to make money. It's an asset. Asset brings money in your pocket. So the more assets you're buying in your structures to help your family grow, that's what we are looking for. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm hoping that these 5 things that I've given you are of value, and I'm hoping that you can do this before you either get married or before you buy a house. Because if you're to do these things, I guarantee you that you'll be superstars in your financial affairs between you and your babe. We are implementing this in our house. It's working. Slow, but fast in some areas. So my goal, as I've been speaking to you, is that before you make any decisions of either getting married or buying a house or buying the next thing or taking on the next liabilities, between you and your babe, you can already start to think about these things and you can put some stuff in place. Hopefully, it can help you to grow. It is I, TJ. We'll chat on the next video.